Welcome to Warp Zone 9, Warpcast episode 12. I'm Denton. I got
Anthony
and
Dane.
How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Doing alright.
You guys play any games this last week?
Not a whole lot, no.
No. I know one game you played. Little Mario Party.
Yeah. The Amiibo party.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. A little interesting. A lot of variants that I wasn't very familiar with. And I just couldn't really figure out how to get any stars.
Yeah. What did you think of the whole tapping the Amiibo to the gamepad to do everything?
It's neat, but at the same time can be monotonous when you got a bunch of people around, so...
Yeah.
I don't know. It is a lot of fun, but I definitely saw a lot of frustration with a couple of people and confusion when it says, "This is not your Amiibo."
Oh, wrong Amiibo. It's the other green one, the other Luigi.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about you?
I haven't played the Amiibo one for the Mario Party yet. It looks interesting, and I've basically just been playing some more Story of Seasons, and I started playing a little bit more Fire Emblem. I'm still going to beat it on Classic. Hard. I'm going to do it.
Hard or Lunatic?
Or Lunatic, yeah.
I'm
going to do it.
I haven't even been able to get past the first stage on Lunatic.
It's a lot of grinding. That's hence why I stopped playing for a while, and then I pick it back up again, and then, yeah.
And then are you going to do Lunatic Plus?
Probably not. I don't think I have the patience. There's too many other games to play.
So did you look into the Splatoon Testfire demo that was released last week at all?
A little bit, but not a ton. I'm kind of trying to look as little into it as possible because I want to be able to just pick it up and play and not be knowing more than my roommates who aren't huge into like the Nintendo. I mean, they love Nintendo games, but they don't follow all the Nintendo stuff. So
Yeah. So Nintendo released they had a Nintendo Direct focused on Splatoon last week. They announced a bunch of new content for the game, and they also announced that they're going to be releasing free post-launch content. So, 5 Turf War stages will be available in the game at launch, but Nintendo will continue to add free new stages throughout the summer of 2015. So again, this is going to be free additional content. So at launch, 5 levels, and then they'll add more after that. Nintendo has also said they will continue to expand the game with new weapons, battle modes, and gear. A major game update for the game will come in August that will add 2 additional matchmaking options, including the ability for friends to form 4-person teams and search for other 4-person teams to battle against.
which is pretty sweet.
So, they released a demo for it on the Wii U, but it was an online demo only, and you can only play it at select times, and they had 3 separate time slots, 1 hour each. So they had, the first one was on Friday, when I got to play that one. Then there was 2 more on Saturday. One was at like 6 o'clock in the morning our time or something like that, something crazy. Or it might have been even 4. So I got to play 1 hour, and it was a lot better than I could have had hoped. So
I was gonna say, it sounds like it's gonna be pretty fun. Like,
yeah, it was definitely a blast. I can't wait to play more, especially with friends.
I was gonna say, especially if you can do like 4-player teams and go just battle other 4-player teams of friends.
Definitely. We'll get into the announcement Nintendo just had today. Nintendo announced their E3 plans. So you guys saw the video.
Yep.
Nintendo announced a Nintendo digital event for June 16th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. They will be hosting the Nintendo Treehouse live from E3. It's where they interview game developers and other people behind the games that they're showing at the E3 show floor. And for those who want to get in on a little bit of the fun, Nintendo will have Mario Maker playable at 120 different Best Buy locations across the country on June 17th, 4 to 9 p.m., and June 20th, 12 to 5 p.m. Attendees who show up for the Best Buy event will receive a sweet 30th anniversary Super Mario Bros. Pin while supplies last.
You gonna be there?
I was gonna say, I think I'd rather just have the pin. The Mario Maker sounds interesting, but I don't know how, like, depending on how long you get to play it, the fun sounds like it's going to be making the levels, not so much playing them.
So,
Depends on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will be there. This is the 3rd time Nintendo has done this Best Buy promotion. I missed last year, but I was at the one the year before where they demoed 4 different games, like Mario Kart 8, Super Mario 3D World, and this was well before they came out. And yeah, the line that year was massive. Like, fortunately I got there early, so I didn't have to wait. I was like maybe 3rd in line, but by the time I was done, if I wanted to get another crack at it, the line was like from the back of the store to the front of the store.
Jeez.
So
Go camp out or something.
just get there early. It doesn't start till in the close to the evening, so you got plenty of time to get there. Nintendo also announced that they're going to be hosting a Nintendo World Championships. This is the first one in 25 years. Last time they hosted it was in 1990. So that you'll be able to participate at those on select Best Buy stores on May 30th. And the winners from each regional event, plus competitors, will also be invited to meet at the LA Nokia Theater on June 14th to compete in the finals.
Ooh. Should be fun.
In the end, one player will be crowned the 2015 Nintendo World Champion. Fans in Los Angeles will also have the opportunity to attend the tournament, while others can watch online. So if you want to see what the fun is all about, tune in.
I'd enter, but I know I have no chance of winning.
So what do you think? So the original Nintendo World Championships back in 1990, it was a special cartridge they made, which go for lots of money these days.
Yeah,
People that
yeah,
have those.
yeah.
There's the gray version and the gold version. But on that cartridge that was played in tournaments, it was 3 short games. It started with Super Mario Brothers, where you had to collect as many coins as you can in a certain amount of time, and then you switched to Rad Racer, and then a final game ended in Tetris, and then everything was tallied up in a score in the end, and whoever had the high score won. So do you think Nintendo will make something like that for this event, a special game, or do you think they'll just have people participate in maybe a Splatoon match and then a Smash Bros match and maybe more like Mario Kart 8?
I think with how technology has progressed, that they'll just have a traditional style event. Time trials, depending on the game, probably something similar. Collect as many coins as you can in Super Mario 3D World or something like that.
Or maybe Mario Maker.
Or Mario.
They could make a special level specifically for the tournament.
Yeah, there you go. Or they could just simply modify some software, and all of a sudden you jump from one game into another.
I was gonna say, I would
you
love it.
hit a warp pipe, and all of a sudden you jump into some other game.
That would be awesome.
I don't know if they could do it. I'm sure they can. I don't know if they'd want to do it, but it'd be kind of cool to see one where you go from game to game, starting from the Nintendo ending.
Ooh.
Because with a Pro Controller, you could play, as long as they explain all the controls and stuff from the beginning to the end, you could play through all the systems for the most part, as long as the controls. It'd just be kind of cool to see, because then you'd see the games evolve as the systems went by, especially since it's been so long since they've...
Yeah. It would be cool to see some older, retro games in there. But at the same time, you figure probably Nintendo wants to promote new games at the same time, so... It'll be interesting to see what they do. So, can't go an episode without Amiibo news.
No.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nintendo held some financial information this last week, a meeting. They announced that they have sold 10.5 million Amiibo figures globally. Iwata states, the number of software titles compatible with Amiibo is increasing, and consumers' recognition and understanding for Amiibo have improved significantly compared to the launch period. So we believe that we can predict further sales growth.
Which is kind of funny, because I feel like a lot, for some of them, there's enough that nobody wants. But a lot of them, it wasn't so much that people didn't know what they were, it's that they couldn't get their hands on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about the current use of Amiibo and the games that are available now?
They're cool for the games that they have them. I'm using them more as, I like the little figurines. I have a bunch now that I haven't even opened. I just they look sweet. And at $13 a pop.
I think they definitely have a lot more potential going forward. I think Nintendo can definitely do a lot more of them. So the percentage breakdown in terms of everything that's been sold globally, Europe has 20% of all Amiibo sold have been sold in Europe, 11% in Japan, 3% in Australia, and 66% in North America.
To be fair though, comparing Japan to all of North America, that's still some pretty good sales all around.
And we're still begging for more.
Yeah.
So, more information that came from the financial results. Iwata, in regards to their mobile plans, he says they plan to release approximately 5 titles by March 2017. So, it's only 2015 right now. We're a little past March. So, 5 titles in the next 2 years. Doesn't seem like a whole lot. And he says that it may seem like a small number, but they want to aim to make each one a massive hit. And Nintendo will operate every one of them for a significant amount of time. So, it sounds like they're probably going to have some kind of connectivity element where they're
with the Nintendo network of some kind.
Yeah, so.
And that's not too bad either. If you think about I don't know how many people they have working on that specific team to just work on those. I mean,
So they said that the one heading up the mobile development section of Nintendo is the guy who's been the director on the Mario Kart series. That's the past several entries. So
that'll be one of those that'll be interesting to see as they start releasing more details on exactly what they are. Because, I mean, if they're worth, maybe they take a ton of programming or something super elaborate or...
Definitely. It'll be definitely interesting what they do. So have you guys ever been to Universal Studios?
No.
I have not either, so don't feel bad.
Okay.
But how was it?
Go, oh, it's awesome. I love Universal Studios.
Road trip.
I've actually been 3 separate times.
Yeah, so while I have not been there, I definitely have to go there now because Nintendo announced a partnership with Universal Studios to bring Nintendo-themed attractions to the...
I saw that.
We'll have to go once they all get put up. We'll have to...
Road trip.
Absolutely. So Nintendo Universal Parks and Resorts reached a basic agreement about development of theme park attractions using Nintendo IP. They will announce the details, including the specific period, which IP, and how it will be used at which park, and the scale of the attraction at some later date. So we have no exact idea when we can expect those rides, but hopefully sooner rather than later. Iwata said that when he was meeting with Universal, he was surprised by Universal's extremely detailed plans for Nintendo attractions at Universal Studios. After meeting with Universal and returning to Japan, Iwata immediately talked it over with Miyamoto. Over the years, the idea of a Nintendo-themed park was being discussed internally at Nintendo, but multiple times it never panned out. Universal's attraction engineers met with veteran Nintendo producers multiple times on how to go about making Nintendo-themed attractions. Iwata says, "We want to create an opportunity where a theme park visitor wants to try playing the game."
Which I'm okay with. I don't know if a full... Nintendo theme park. I mean, initially, it would probably bring in more than enough people, but over time, I feel like it's better if they just have a section of another huge theme park. So then, I mean, you get the Nintendo people there, plus you get some other people that are into the other stuff that'll be oh, hey, this looks interesting, and go check it out.
So when you first heard about this, did anything come to mind that you would like to see in terms of what type of attraction?
It could go all over the place. I mean, you could have separate areas dedicated to the larger IPs. I mean, you could have a Nintendo area just Pokemon, where you bring your Pokemon games there, and you can connect up and get special events just for being there. It doesn't have to be anything powerful, just something cool like a special sprite of Pikachu or Clefairy or something. But that'd be pretty simple to do.
Yeah, definitely. Although if they had certain things like that, I'd be like, oh, I wish I could go because I want that special thing. But
like I said, road trip.
But the problem is they change it every few months. Then it's oh,
right.
So you said you were there.
I have. I think it would be sweet because there's some rides there that you could even change. Because it used to be the Back to the Future ride, and now it's the Simpsons. And it's one of those where you're just in the little fake car, and then it moves sideways, and you have a big IMAX style screen.
Okay.
So moving. So something like that with F-Zero or Star Fox, where you could.
Star Fox would be awesome.
I don't know. I mean, some of those they leave it open, so I mean they wouldn't even necessarily have to build for a lot of them completely new rides. You can just relicense or
Yeah. Do you think that this would be a great opportunity if Nintendo made a Star Fox ride, do you think that would gain a lot more interest in the Star Fox franchise for people that might not be familiar with it?
I would think so, because there's a lot of people that don't even realize, people that I played Smash with, they don't even know that Star Fox, they've never played any of his actual games.
Yeah, so they just know him from Smash Bros.
Yeah, he's Fox from...
All I thought of just now is a Star Fox-themed roller coaster. And everyone will scream out, "Do a barrel roll." As you hit a corkscrew. Yeah.
They should just have that on a speaker and have the
right as you go to hit a corkscrew, "Do a barrel roll."
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Right where the camera takes your picture.
Other notes from the financials, Iwata says that Nintendo is thinking internally about what steps need to be taken to make the NX region-free. So right now you got the 3DS and the Wii U. You cannot play games from other regions in those systems.
And it's, with currency differences, though, some of that stuff's so hard to do. You get people that abuse it and switch theirs to another country where games are cheaper.
Yeah. there's a lot of things plus the content ratings. Like we have the SRB, but other countries have ratings.
Yeah, same kind. I mean, there's so many hurdles that it's.
There's each system has the parental controls, so it knows like, oh, this is an M-rated game. Can't play it if the parents set the lockout, but it doesn't have the.
I mean, I suppose if there's some way like you can unlock it and it automatically just makes it so the parent controls. I mean, yeah, there'd be a lot of stuff that you'd have to figure out ahead of time, or they'd have to try to find a way to like standardize it to whatever the lowest, like the most strict of them are somehow. I don't know.
Yeah,
Australia. It's going to be a lot of work.
Australia. Or maybe Germany. I can't remember.
Well, for violence, Australia would probably be there. But
Australia is the violent one. Anti-violent games.
So yeah,
it was like Postal was banned or something like that.
Postal, a number of games had to be extremely edited just to make it over there.
Mm-hmm. Iwata also says that they are aware that people want a region-free system. He also says he is thinking possibly about region-free. However, Iwata calls region unlocking for current hardware unrealistic. So it doesn't look like there's a chance that we'll ever see what we have now.
I really wouldn't have expected it. Yeah. Like that's gonna, like we said, there's a lot of hurdles to overcome. That's years and years and years down the line.
Yeah, that's not stopping the hackers though. People are still trying to hack the 3DS so you can play, not to like play party games, but to just play games from other regions.
Yeah. Well, and that'd be one thing if they just.
I think they have, but the problem is that Nintendo releases a software update, and then it's like, oh, we gotta figure out a new way to get it. So if people that want to continue to like go on online or buy new digital games, you gotta keep updating your system to access the shops.
If you into it, just buy a cheap used one and have that one just be.
Yeah.
Like unlock that one and just disable the updates.
Yeah.
Iwata says that nothing has been decided internally at Nintendo as to whether or not the NX will be region-free, so there's no guarantee that it will be. Though he hints that Nintendo's licensing business possibly expanding to films and content, so that's another add-on to why they partner with Universal to help expand their licensing and IP to get more people aware of their brands. So, like Nintendo, do you think the Amiibo are helping with that too? The brands, like people see like all these figures from Smash Brothers
and I do think that's helping because, I mean, like, because even people that have, like, just the one for the N64 or GameCube, like, kids that are playing that, they might not even have the newest system. They see the characters that they like. Oh, let's get these, or, oh, this is another one. Oh, this isn't in my game. Let's get the new one. Like,
yeah, so there's a rumor. Intelligent Systems, the developers of the Paper Mario series, attended a job fair in Tokyo last week. And they dropped a hint that people that were there, supposedly, this is a rumor, that they're currently working on a Paper Mario game for the Wii U. So, the only proof that comes from is that the people that posted this information online posted a picture of the pamphlets and stuff from Intelligent Systems that were handed out at the job fair. So, you guys are a fan of the Paper Mario series?
I am. I really love them.
Yeah.
Haven't had a chance to play them yet.
I can tell you right now, you'd love them, based on the other games that you like.
Maybe that's why I just need to stay away because there goes all my free time.
There is one on the 3DS.
I know there is,
and
I've been holding off on it.
So my favorite Paper Mario personally is Super Paper Mario, which is the oddball of the series, but I love the story in that game. In regards to the NX, Nintendo also stated that they will not be talking about the NX nor mobile or their quality of life initiative at E3. So don't expect any new news on NX.
That's super surprising.
Nintendo says because we're calling it a new concept, we're not thinking of this as a simple replacement for the 3DS or the Wii U. Since we understand that E3 is an event for dedicated video game machines, we do not intend to discuss the smart devices as well as quality of life.
Understandable.
Yeah. So last week we talked about the Koji Igarashi project. So that was revealed. It's got a Kickstarter. It's already been successfully funded. There's still stretch goals to go. The unfortunate thing is that it's not currently announced for any Nintendo platforms. But they hint at the possibility that if enough money is funded and they reach a certain stretch goal, that it may come to other platforms, basically.
You see enough money to pay people while they port it, really. Yeah. I mean,
so the only thing we got was like a video of Koji Igarashi, like basically saying why he's doing this and what is required. the things they need to meet. But other than that, we just have screenshots of the game, so nothing moving, just like a screenshot of a proof of concept, basically.
Just enough to, get fans drooling.
So, that, I'm sure it'll be a huge success when it finally does. I'll be excited to see, when it's actually in video form and playing format. And last week we also talked about the ukulele Kickstarter. It surpassed another stretch goal, which will now feature a complete orchestral soundtrack in the game.
Yay!
So then they also added in a new stretch goal, which once passed, it will provide the first DLC pack free to all the backers.
That's incentive enough.
For a lot of people, that were maybe on the fence about it. They're like, oh, well, if I'm going to get the game anyway, this way I get free DLC.
Yeah.
So did you guys hear about the Marth Amiibo madness?
Nope.
So, probably like half a week ago, Marth has been trickling onto Amazon.
Yep.
It's been...
I haven't gotten one yet.
It's been a game.
I've been trying.
So they trickle in just like, a few dozen at a time, and people get the word out that it's on Amazon, and everybody just rushes to the site, and everybody's fighting to get those few that are on there, and then they're gone. But then, like, maybe an hour or two, a few hours later, some more come on and do the dance all over again. And this went on for several days. I didn't hear anything about it today, but I know it was happening yesterday still. I think it started around maybe Saturday. And today's Wednesday. But yesterday, they started trickling into GameStop stores. Marth Amiibo.
Is this like a backlog from everything that was sitting in the bay? Well,
Nintendo promised that the Marth Amiibo reprint was coming. So I'm assuming this is part of it. But
kind of came under the radar.
Yeah, from what I've heard is GameStop, the official statement is that they had no internal memo that they were getting more Marths. So that seems conflicting with what I've seen. Our local GameStop, as soon as word get out there, you can track inventory at stores on their website. It doesn't show you the exact how many they have. It says like in stock or limited quantities.
Yeah. And
our local GameStop got some in. And I rushed over there. I was like, minutes after it went live. And I was like, Marth Amiibo. And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. We don't have any.
Don't lie to me.
Yeah.
So, don't you dare lie to me.
Yeah. I think he might have been. But, what can I do? He's not going to sell them to me.
You accuse him. You drag him kicking and screaming out of the store and into the street.
Yeah. So hopefully I can still snag one somewhere at some GameStop. Hopefully some more trickle in. Don't give up.
I have some friends that... actually, I know a couple of the people that work at our local GameStop. I might be able to see if I can't talk with them.
So get some insider aside as soon as they come in.
Get some insider info.
So just like don't accuse him, but like, oh, did you hear about this Marth thing at GameStop? So did you guys get any?
Oh no. I'd be straightforward. I'd be like, so I heard you have Marth.
So I mean, now when I go onto the GameStop website, it shows that they don't have it anymore. So
bastards.
Yeah, they're gone now. As far as the next wave of Amiibo, we have some dates for their release in Europe. We've got Ganondorf, Zeus, Samus, and Dark Pit and Palutena will be released on June 26th. And then the second half of Wave 5, consisting of Bowser Jr., Dr. Mario, and Pikmin and Olimar Amiibo, will be released on July 17th. So that's, again, in Europe. Currently no exact dates for North America for Wave 5. We're still waiting on Wave 4.
Yeah.
And the last bit of news I have, Dragon Quest VIII, which was originally a PlayStation 2 game, is coming to the Nintendo 3DS.
Game. Oh. I still play it.
I was going to say,
all the time.
I played the first 3 when they were on Nintendo as Dragon Warrior.
Yeah. I have those ones too.
Yeah.
You played them on the NES?
Yes. I have 2 copies of the original Dragon Warrior for some reason.
Yeah, and what was the first one? The first one that went to Game Boy. Which one?
I think so.
Was that 4?
They released some of them on like Game Boy Color.
Like, or maybe that's what it was. I had the first one that was on the Game Boy too.
Yeah.
Where you could design your own party and name them whatever you want. I named so many friends and then laughed when they died.
Yeah. The funny thing is I didn't even know that Dragon Quest. Which ones were on the NES?
Dragon Warrior 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. Like a few years ago, it might have been like 4 or 5 years ago at this point, that I first realized that those came out in North America. Like, I had no idea.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, I never saw them anywhere, like, in...
It's because they were they were titled Dragon Warrior, not Dragon Quest. And it wasn't until after, I want to say 3, that they started renaming it into Dragon Quest as per its actual normal title. So a lot of people were confused, like, where's the others? I've been playing them all along. One was stupid hard, though. Like, you're running around beating up slimes with sticks.
That was the one, the one of them, the one for Game Boy was like that too, because it was, you'd basically run around and you had to go around a mountain, and then there's like this tiny little square that you'd go through.
Yep.
Well, if you didn't know that, like, or look it up online, you literally spent so long just wandering around trying to figure out what to do. So your guy's so high level. Yeah, now you can't go on. Like, now you can just go online and find it. Back then, no, you had to wait until you found a manual or somebody else that did it.
All I knew was I had to go save the princess, and she was being held by the dragon in the underground cavern. Okay, well, where do I find this? I think this one was like the Demon Lord or something in this one. Well, no. That was the very first, like, quarter of the game. Not even quarter of the game. And then you have to go on this grand adventure to try and every new area you went into, oh, hey, look, that's a new monster. That goes 3/4 of my health. So, yeah, it was not an easy game. We need to bring
power
back...
level high enough.
We need... We need to bring back Nintendo Hard. Kids these days don't know what difficult is.
I don't know about that. I'm good where difficulty sits right now. Like, if I want that, I'll go back and I'll play those old games.
Yeah, or you just do games like Fire Emblem where you can adjust the difficulty.
Yeah, exactly.
If it's not hard enough for you, you pop it up. If you're getting tired of having to just grind all the time, drop it down.
So, the other game that was just announced, Nintendo's releasing a new push mode game on the 3DS. So this is the third in the franchise. This is more like the original, but it's a free-to-start game. Kind of like Pokemon Rumble and Pokemon Shuffle. That kind of game.
Yeah, I mean, I've played both those ones so far without having to spend anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I take that back. I think
Pokemon
Rumble I did because I had like a couple dollars left in my Nintendo account on there. And so instead of, I think I spent like $2 or $3.
What'd you get? Like, what do you get for that?
I don't remember. I got gems. However many gems they got me.
Have not spent a dime on it.
So, that's about the summary of everything. There's some more news in the financial stuff, but I kind of went over what I felt with the important parts. So, anything else you guys want to add? It's a fairly shorter episode than usual. Last week, at least.
Nah.
I think a lot of it's they're gearing up for E3 and a bunch of big announcements.
E3
I mean, they don't want to release too much ahead of time.
Mm-hmm. So, for Warpcast episode 12, I got
Son of Gunder 89
and
D Shimmick.
And you can find me on Twitter at Nestor64. Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.